So welcome back, Cinephiles and Francophiles. Thanks for staying put. And now, for your question and answer pleasure, we have Keith Wilson, producer of Interior Leather Bar, and also director of photography. So this is how this works. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Work. Okay. I'm awake. So you put up your hand, we point to you, you ask the question, I repeat it for the sake of everybody. Keith will answer. You, sir. Excellent question. Is this film a documentary? Right on the hot seat.
Are you asking that because we're at a documentary film festival? That is a good question. It's
Get out.
It. What'd you say?
I told him.
Yeah. It's a little bit of both. I mean, the story of the production is that James, Travis, who's my producing partner, and I had made a film last year called, or a few years ago, called I Want Your Love, and James Franco saw that, and he had an idea to recreate these last 40 minutes from cruising. So we had a day and a half of shooting. So originally we were going to make this something that, 40 minutes of what we thought was the actual footage, but with a day and a half and a very small budget, we couldn't do that. So we realized that, and ultimately what was going to make it more interesting is for it to be also about the creation of the 40 minutes and conversations that Travis and I had with James and had with other people about cruising and about the making of it and what we were going to do. So what we did is we came up with a basic structure for the film, which is pretty much came out as you saw it, but
Oh, that's a different documentary. Watch your makeup.
It's me. And so we had a really solid script, and we knew where we wanted to start, and we knew where we wanted it to end. But we didn't script any of the conversations. A lot of the conversations were, well, almost all of them were improvised, and they had moments to hit. But a lot of, we never thought that the conversations would turn out this way, and we never thought that they would say the things that they said, and most of those things were unscripted. So I don't know if that totally answers your question,
documentary elements.
Exactly, there were
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, it's a hybrid, so. That's the short, I should have just said that. One word answers from now on.
No, we like the long answers, actually, so.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody in the balcony, huh? Yes, sir.
One short little technical thing. That small white object that one of the girls was holding during filming, looks like it has two little white breasts or something. Yeah. What is that?
So,
Sorry, what's the small white object that looks like it has two little breasts on it that the woman is holding?
that is the best question so far, because it's both Travis and I's shot. I mean, it's our favorite shot with the bun holding the thing. So it's actually a camera that James wanted to use because Harmony Korine had introduced it to him during the making of Spring Breakers, and it's a Japanese. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a Japanese camera, and it shoots it's supposed to shoot all HD, and so one of the things that James likes to do is have people shooting all the time. We didn't end up using any of that footage because it looked like shit, but most of the footage that he wanted people to shoot we didn't use, and especially that. And it's just all these filters. It's like what's an Instagram sort of camera? Yeah, that's such a great question.
Very perceptive. Yay, Toronto audience.
I know.
Okay, come on, another great question. You don't leave this up to me because you won't like my question. Yep, there's somebody back there in the dark, yes.
How much influence did you have over the documentary elements as well as director of photography?
How much influence did Keith have over the documentary elements as the director of photography?
That's interesting, and it's actually hard to answer because it is, like, the production was such a hybrid too, and the way that I approached it. I mean, I shoot a lot of documentaries, and I try to shoot them the way that I would. I mean, when I'm shooting a film, I'm thinking about coverage. And when I'm shooting about a documentary, I'm thinking about coverage. When I'm shooting a verite documentary that is unplanned and unscripted, I'm thinking about how to cover it. So I guess I had a lot of influence because it was me and another shooter, and I knew that there were going to be conversations, so we needed to get a shot and a reverse shot, so we set people up. So I had a lot of, so those, just like any documentary, not any documentary, but a lot of documentaries, in that they are set up, or subjects are moved because they're standing, the sun is behind them, and the shot is gonna look like shit. So I had probably, I would say, if I were to judge it, a little bit more of an influence than I normally would in a straightforward documentary, whatever that is, actually. So.
Straightforward. Yes, ma'am. Question is, how many cameras did they end up using? Yes, how many James Franco cameras were there?
So we shot with 3 EX1s, which are pretty low-end cameras at this point. And then there were 2 5Ds. There was a 60D. There was 2 of those little white Japanese cameras. And I think somebody had an iPad or something. And there was some 5D footage and then some EX1 footage, but all the other stuff didn't really. Oh, EX1 and some 5D stuff. You mean like a shooting ratio or something? Oh, 5.